And Baycott pulls it away, and Love pushing it into the front court. I mentioned the Carolina starting five. This is one that Roy is stuck with for a while as Baycott gets the first bucket of the night for the Heels.
Carolina, it's pretty intimidating.
As DJ Carton with the basketball, the Ohio State transfer goes all the way to the bucket, and DJ, who leads his team in scoring, and just a little bit of a slow offensive start for both teams. Carton tries to change that, and Carton goes all the way to the bucket. And Garcia knocks down the shot.
Of faking with the basketball, faking the pass, good back cut, leaves him wide open for a shot. Wow.
How about that strong move from the freshman Day'Ron Sharpe?
That means he has to think a little less on the basketball court, and if you're thinking less, you're better off.
Well, he's the best offensive rebounder in the country by offensive rebounding rate as Garcia on Jamal Cain, who's in the starting lineup for Kobe McEwen. Black was trying to poke it away from behind, but a strong move by Cain program.
Yet he lifted the intensity of the entire program.
Carton knocks in the long three, and Marquette's lead is 10. You know, North Carolina has missed its first 5 threes. This is not a good three-point shooting Tar Heel team. This is what they do best. Garrison Brooks gets his first basket.
Doubting's always different. You've been playing ACC opponents, now you're facing a Big East opponent. It's just a different approach.
Andrew Platek is in the game, so too is Anthony Harris and Walker Kessler. All of them touch the ball, and Kessler, who's had 2 straight double-figure games, ball to be able to run to get the pass ahead, to get the tempo that they want. Here's Kessler, his second straight bucket. Austin Garcia, and DJ Carton. Carton finds his man in the corner. Kobe McEwen's into the game and into the scorebook, and Baycott has returned for North Carolina. There's Harris again, trying to thread one in to Walker Kessler, maybe a little overly aggressive. McEwen, Euros, past the defense, and in the corner, Greg Elliott, who had a fine game against Butler, knocking down 3 threes. I know you've mentioned a couple of times, John, that they're trying to keep on the floor, is barely practicing, if at all, is a sweet little soft move from Garcia. And another turnover for North Carolina. Basketball, that is not the case so far tonight. They've turned it over the last 4 times. Garrison Brooks does not turn it over. He slams it home, his second dunk of the night. Marquette looks a little jumbled up on offense right now as the shot clock's at 5. But instead, John gets loose. He got a little shove from Kerwin Walton. He got away from it. John scored anyway. Wrist, but he's had knee problems this year that has hampered his ability to perhaps do the things he's accustomed to. But the veteran can play with 2 fouls as Marines against Ohio State on the road on Sunday. That's Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, part of the Sonic Blockbuster. Tar Heels as we head inside 6 minutes, down by 9 and with the ball. R.J. Davis turns the corner. Garcia's drawn Sharpe away from the basket where you'd think he'd have an advantage. Sharpe's a very good driver and a terrific alert play from Elliott to follow it in.
Ready, and if anything, get yourself ready before the ball gets there.
Jose Perez, a little pump fake on Sharpe, and Jose knocks one down and got a whistle with bodies flying underneath. Sean, I was telling John in the break, you just can't take a compliment. John's like, as Kessler tips it in. Finally, you can take a compliment. I'll compliment Dawson Garcia often as he now has 11 points. Kerwin Walton has been shooting the ball so well. He's missed every 3-pointer, and he just missed everything on the 2-point attempt. And there is another 3 in the corner. Caleb Love won't go in, but there's Sharpe on the offensive glass. Carton, he gets another opportunity. Sharpe rejects it. There's Elliott again, and Elliott is burning it up. His 3rd 3-pointer of the night, a 17-point lead for Marquette. You'll find Roy Williams says he thinks he was the best shooter in high school basketball last year coming out. And uncharacteristic for him to miss some of these, but 6 of his last 8 games, only wins in the last month against Butler. North Carolina's been playing well tonight. Was the one who drew that foul. Tar Heels not a good 3-point shooting team. That's why it's so important for Walton to get going from the perimeter. Garcia right by Brooks. Garcia scores again. times, and he might be well on his way to winning it again with this performance so far. Here's Walton, and that's more like what we've been seeing of late from Kerwin Walton. McEwen kicks it back. Now Perez. Buckets.
Everybody wants to play drive and kick basketball. You can't help off the shooters, and Garcia was open for about 12 seconds on that play.
Carton goes to the right hand, and Marquette gets the lead back to 18, matching its biggest of the night. Fire went up to beat the shot clock. Tar Heels again have it knocked away McEwen. That's just a bad bounce for Marquette, and Brooks is able to clean it up for the Heels. Garrison Brooks, that was one of those fouls, John, as Carolina's trying to put the heat on. They forced a turnover in the backcourt. Leaky Black will get the end one.
And sometimes, look, you and I, not to bring him up on a Carolina game, but you and I talked to Coach K about it. It's a similar issue.
Another turnover in Marquette, and Brooks finishes it, and Garrison has 16 points. Carton coming the other way for the Golden Eagles. Garcia with a layup. Play tech for three. And Torrance running the show as Marquette finds John underneath for the dunk.
But you should feel good about your ability to move the ball.
McEwen kicks it out, wide open look, and rattled in for another three for Marquette.
Shot in the corner, and it leads to a three on the other end.
Offensive rebound, and Garrison Brooks knocks it in. Mulcahy just hit that last three. Here's Torrance. He's going to try one, and Samir Torrance knocks down the three.
There are a lot of teams in the country that haven't gotten comfortable with that. They haven't accepted that. North Carolina being one of them. You don't have the best players on the floor.
Scored 80 points or more in his last 4 home games. Now, you and I have seen them play very poorly away from home as Sharp cuts to the bucket and gets the dunk, and it's single figures. R.J. Davis for three. Garcia and Brooks exchanging pleasantries down low. Torrance goes all the way in, over the top, and John with a follow flush.
And that doesn't end up in the hands of Marquette.
Sharp made Carton pick up his dribble. That was a good play, but letting John loose inside was not, and the Marquette lead is back to 11.
They're switching, and that's fine. They're communicating, and that's fine. But they're not defending the personnel well as Walton knocks down a huge three. I mean, make the defense shift, attack in space, and force that space to be closed by the defense. Wow.
A tough shot by Kobe McEwen. It's a 10-point lead. McEwen. Kessler inside, has it knocked away by John, but they're Sharp to follow it up, and he's fouled. Remember last week, North Carolina went to Twitter and found Northeastern and played a game. Marquette's being far less cooperative than Northeastern was, as Carton has a chance for a three-point play. Been even below their norm tonight. Dawson Garcia has not been below his. The freshman has been terrific. And when you're regrouping, it's not really good to see Leonard Hamilton Seminoles across the court. That's a really good team as Kessler follows it in. And certainly during his time on Mike Krzyzewski's staff at Duke, did not win in this building as a player. And this one's gonna feel good as Roy Williams and Steve Wojciechowski meet at midcourt as last seconds will tick off, and a terrific performance by Marquette out of the Big East, coming on the road and beating North Carolina 83-70, a game that the Tar Heels led 2-0 and never led again.